Good day, class. Hope you are doing great. In our previous class, we did revision on periodic table, and today we are talking about mass volume relationship. Although we've treated this topic, we are just here to buttress our understanding on it. Is that all right? So, in the previous class, we said that there are some formulae for calculating the amount of substance. The first one is molar mass is equal to mass of a substance all over the amount. Then if you make the amount subject of formula, amount will be equal to mass all over molar mass. And the unit of that amount is in moles. The second formula is Avogadro's number is equal to number of particles all over amount. When you make your amount subject of formula, it will be equal to the number of particles, which has no unit, all over the Avogadro's number, which unit is per mole. Now, the third formula is molar volume is equal to volume of substance all over amount in moles. Remember we said that molar volume of any gas at STP is 22.4 dm³. 1 mole of any gas at STP has a volume of 22.4 dm³. That's what we call the molar volume, and it's a constant. So when you make amount from here, the subject of formula, it will give you the volume of a substance all over molar volume, and the unit of that amount is moles. All right? I have some questions here just to buttress our understanding on this topic. All right. The question says, how many moles of silver will be deposited from a silver nitrate solution by 16 grams of copper? Now, I told you in the last class that for you to calculate anything with respect to this topic, you need to write out first the equation of the reaction. Now, if you look at it critically, it said how many moles of silver will be deposited from a silver nitrate solution. This from tells you that one of the reactants is silver nitrate, and the formula for that is this. It said how many moles of silver will be deposited. When something is deposited, that means it's on the part of the product. So we have silver here. I'm teaching you how to write out your chemical equation from statement. All right, from chemical statement. They said from a silver nitrate solution by 16 grams of copper. That means the copper is on the part of the reactant. Now, if you look at this critically, since they said silver was deposited, therefore, the remaining products will be copper nitrate. Which formula is this? Remember how to write formula of chemical compounds. All right. Now, I said also that for you to continue go on with your calculation, you need to ensure that your equation is balanced. How many silver do we have here? We have 1 here, 1 here. All right, for the nitrate, looking at it critically, we have 2 of this here. So definitely this will be 2, and this is going to affect the silver. That means silver becomes 2 here, so we'll put the 2 here. Now let's check our copper whether it's balanced. This is copper, and this is copper, so the equation is balanced. All right, now let's look at the parameters we have. We have 16 grams of copper. 16 grams of copper. Remember when you are solving the equation on this, you ask yourself 2 questions. The first one is, what do you have? What do you have means For which of the species are you given parameter for? You are given parameter for copper. Then the next question you ask yourself is, what are you looking for? That means, what, which of the species are you calculating anything, or are you taking, want to do any calculation on? So the species we are concerned with now, the one we want to calculate is silver. So this is it. So we don't have any value for it, but this is it. So this tells us that we don't have anything to do with this silver nitrate and this copper nitrate. So our focus is going to be on this and this. All right. Now, we are looking for the amount of moles of silver. So let's concentrate on these two. Okay. Now we have 16 grams of copper. And from the parameter given to us, we have the relative molar mass of copper to be 108. So we have mass of copper and the relative molecular mass. So since we have mass and relative molecular mass, what does that tell us? It tells us that there's a link between the two. And the link is molar mass is equal to mass all over amount. We have the molar mass of that copper, which is 108. We have the mass to be 16 grams, and we don't have the amount. All right? So when you make amount subject of formula, it becomes amount is equal to 16. Pardon me. I made a mistake. The relative molar mass of copper is 64, not 108. It's 64. Pardon me for that. Look at it. Copper is 64, silver is 108. All right, so let's go on from here. So the amount of copper, we are concerned with copper now. The amount of copper will be 16 all over 64. And when you calculate this properly, it's going to give you 1 over 4, which is 0.25 moles. So we have 0.25 moles of copper. Now we are looking for the amount of silver. Now let's relate it. What is the mole ratio between copper to silver? That means you look at the coefficient of copper is 1 here, coefficient of silver is 1 here. So if this is 1:1, therefore we can say that if the amount of copper is 0.25 moles, therefore the amount of silver will also be equal to 0.25 moles, since the mole ratio is 1:1. So this is our final answer. If you have any question, please, you can post it to me. We have a second question. Just quickly, I'm going to be very, very, very fast with that. I'm going to give you a second question. You are going to solve it and you post the answer to me. I'll write it out for you. So you can solve that on your own. Thank you for your audience. If you have any question, please feel free to post it to me on the chat. Thank you. Boy. Press